Hello everyone, and welcome to a new video on the channel. Have you ever wondered why, despite all your efforts, abundance and positive energy seem to elude you? Why do some people appear to effortlessly attract opportunities and well-being while you constantly struggle? Today we're going to explore a transformative approach based on the profound teachings of Carl Jung, one of the most brilliant thinkers in modern psychology, to cleanse your energy and attract true abundance into your life. Before we begin, I want you to ask yourself an honest question. When was the last time you felt your life flowing in harmony? I'm not talking about fleeting moments of happiness, but that deep feeling of being at peace with your path, connected to your purpose, and surrounded by abundance in all its forms. Jung understood something fundamental that many of us overlook. True abundance isn't simply accumulating material wealth. It's a state of fullness that emerges when we align our outer world with our inner reality. And to achieve this, we must first cleanse our psychic energy, remove unconscious blockages, and connect with our true self. In the next few minutes, I'll share with you 3 profound methods inspired by Jung's teachings that will allow you to transform your energetic field and open the doors to genuine, lasting abundance. These aren't quick fixes or superficial tricks. They're processes of deep transformation that require courage, but whose results can change your life forever. Method 1. Shadow confrontation. The art of cleansing your inner energy. Carl Jung developed the concept of the shadow as that part of our unconscious, where we relegate everything we don't want to see about ourselves. These are aspects we've repressed, denied, or simply ignored throughout our lives. Have you ever wondered why you sometimes react disproportionately to certain situations? Why certain people irritate you without apparent reason? Or why, despite your best intentions, you end up sabotaging your own efforts to achieve abundance and well-being? Jung taught us that these reactions are manifestations of our shadow. And as long as this shadow remains in darkness, it acts as a powerful energetic magnet that attracts situations, people, and circumstances that reflect our unresolved internal conflicts. Think of it this way. If in your unconscious there are beliefs like "I don't deserve abundance," "money corrupts," or "rich people are bad," you'll be emitting energy that literally repels opportunities for prosperity, even if you consciously desire the opposite. The first step to cleansing this energy is daring to look directly at your shadow, without judgment and with compassion. This requires courage because it means confronting parts of yourself that you've avoided for a long time. Here's a powerful exercise to begin this process. Each night, before sleeping, take a journal and write about a situation that generated an intense emotional reaction in you during the day. It could be anger, envy, jealousy, fear, or any emotion that disturbed you. Now comes the crucial part. Ask yourself, what part of me feels threatened or activated by this situation? Don't look for logical or rational answers. Allow intuitions to emerge from the depths of your being. Jung said, "What you deny submits you. What you accept transforms you." When you begin to recognize these shadow patterns, something magical happens. They lose their power over you. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. The imaginary monsters vanish when you illuminate them. A woman who worked with me on this process discovered that her inability to attract economic abundance was directly related to a childhood memory where she heard her father say that only dishonest people get rich. This belief, buried in her unconscious, had sabotaged each of her attempts at prosperity. Upon recognizing and working with it, in less than 6 months, her financial situation took a radical turn. Remember, we're not trying to eliminate the shadow, but to integrate it. Jung taught that true transformation doesn't occur by getting rid of parts of ourselves, but by embracing them and consciously incorporating them into our personality. This process of confrontation with the shadow acts as a powerful energetic cleansing. As you integrate these rejected aspects, you release enormous amounts of psychic energy that was previously consumed in the effort to keep them repressed. This liberated energy is now available to manifest abundance in your life. Method 2. Conscious synchronicity, aligning your energy with universal flow. The second method I want to share with you is based on one of Jung's most fascinating concepts, synchronicity. Jung defined it as meaningful coincidences that cannot be explained by conventional causality, but which have profound personal significance. You've experienced those moments when you think of someone and seconds later receive their call, or when a book unexpectedly falls from a shelf and contains exactly the answer you were seeking. These aren't simple accidents, according to Jung. They're manifestations of a deeper order, a connection between your inner and outer worlds. Conscious synchronicity, as a method for cleansing your energy and attracting abundance, is based on developing an active relationship with these phenomena. Instead of being a passive observer of these coincidences, you become a conscious participant in this dialogue with the universe. We begin by paying keen attention to patterns and signals that repeatedly appear in your life. Jung believed these patterns are messages from the collective unconscious, that shared dimension of the human psyche that contains all the wisdom of our species. I invite you to start a synchronicity journal. Each day, note the meaningful coincidences you observe, no matter how small they seem. It could be an animal that repeatedly appears in your path, recurring numbers, or casual encounters with people who bring important messages. Over time, you'll begin to notice patterns in these synchronicities. They're like breadcrumbs, guiding you toward a deeper understanding of your path and purpose. Once you identify these patterns, the next step is to consciously respond to them. This means honoring the messages you receive and acting accordingly. If you continually find symbols or situations pushing you in a certain direction, seriously consider following that path. A powerful example of this process came from a client who noticed he continuously found references to teaching and writing. Despite being in a corporate career, he hated. Books on these subjects literally fell into his hands. People suggested he would be a great teacher, and he repeatedly dreamed of standing in front of a classroom. When he finally honored these synchronicities and made the leap to education, he not only found his true calling, but his financial situation dramatically improved, as his passion attracted opportunities he never would have imagined in his old path. Jung wrote, "When we align with our destiny, nature conspires in our favor. This conspiratorial attunement is what facilitates abundance in all its forms. It begins to flourish not as something you desperately pursue, but as a natural effect of being in harmony with your true path." Conscious synchronicity cleanses your energy by dissolving the illusory separation between you and the world. You begin to see yourself not as an isolated individual struggling against an indifferent universe, but as an integral part of a meaningful and benevolent whole. This perception alone transforms your energetic field and opens it to receiving abundance. Method 3. Active individuation, releasing your true energetic potential. The third and perhaps most profound Jungian method for cleansing your energy and manifesting abundance is what Jung called individuation. This process, which he considered the central purpose of human life, consists of becoming who you truly are meant to be, integrating all aspects of your psyche into a coherent and authentic whole. Individuation isn't simply being yourself in a superficial sense. It's a heroic journey into the depths of your being, recovering the lost parts of your soul, and emerging as a more complete, more conscious, and more powerful person. Jung believed that each of us is born with a self, an essence or innate potential that seeks to express itself through our life. However, in the process of adapting to family, culture, and society, many aspects of this self become repressed or disconnected from our consciousness. The result is a life that may be successful by external standards, but that internally feels empty, meaningless, or fundamentally unsatisfying. It's as if we're living a life that isn't really ours, but a composition of others' expectations and superficial adaptations. This disconnection from ourself creates what we might call a massive energy leak. Much of our vital energy is consumed in maintaining a mask, repressing our true desires and potentials, and pursuing goals that don't resonate with our deepest essence. Active individuation as a method for cleansing your energy involves consciously reclaiming this lost energy by reconnecting with your authentic self and allowing it to guide your life. How do we initiate this transformative process? Jung offered us several pathways, but one of the most powerful is working with dreams and active imagination. Your dreams, according to Jung, are direct messages from your unconscious, windows to yourself trying to communicate with you each night. Starting a dream journal and dedicating time to reflect on their symbols and messages is a vital first step on this path. Active imagination, on the other hand, is a form of meditation developed by Jung, where you engage in a conscious dialogue with the figures and symbols of your unconscious. You begin by visualizing a dream scene or simply allowing an image to emerge in your mind. Then, instead of directing the visualization, you allow it to develop on its own, as if you were watching a movie. The figures that appear can be aspects of your own psyche that you can interact with and learn from. Through these practices, you gradually become familiar with the contours of your true self. You begin to distinguish between what you really want and what you've been conditioned to want, between your true talents and the roles you've adopted to survive or fit in. A client discovered through this work that her obsession with reaching a certain level of corporate success was actually an attempt to gain the approval of an emotionally distant father. When she finally allowed herself to abandon this pursuit and follow her true passion for the healing arts, she experienced what she described as a cascade of abundance entering her life. Opportunities, resources, and relationships that supported her true path began to appear seemingly out of nowhere. Jung explained this by saying that when we align with ourself, we touch the same creative source that drives all life. Our actions acquire an organic and fluid quality, and abundance arrives not as a result of forced effort, but as a natural expression of being on our correct path. Individuation also involves recognizing and honoring your own natural cycles and rhythms, rather than forcing yourself to fit into external patterns. Some people are naturally nocturnal, others are morning people. Some flourish in social interaction, others need solitude to recharge. Honoring these innate patterns is another way to cleanse your energy and make space for abundance. Integrating the three methods into a path of transformation. These three Jungian methods, shadow confrontation, conscious synchronicity, and active individuation, aren't isolated techniques but interconnected aspects of a single transformative path. Shadow confrontation releases the energy trapped in your unconscious patterns. Conscious synchronicity connects you with universal flow and guides you toward your true purpose. And active individuation integrates all aspects of your being into a coherent and powerful whole that naturally attracts abundance. Together, they constitute what we might call a psychic alchemy, transforming the raw material of your psyche into the gold of an authentic and abundant life. This work isn't easy. Jung himself warned that there is no birth of consciousness without pain. It requires courage to look honestly within yourself, face uncomfortable truths, and sometimes make difficult decisions that may disturb the status quo of your life. But the rewards are immense. As your energy is cleansed of unconscious blockages and self-limiting patterns, you'll begin to notice significant changes in all areas of your life. Relationships that were once conflictive transform or give way to more harmonious and nourishing connections. Professional and financial opportunities that resonate with your true talents begin to appear. Your physical health improves as energy flows more freely through your system. And perhaps most importantly, you experience a profound sense of meaning and purpose, that intangible quality that Jung called soul, and that no amount of external success can provide on its own. A client who worked dedicatedly with these methods for a year shared this reflection. It's as if before I was pushing a rock uphill, constantly struggling for every small advance. Now I feel like I'm surfing a wave, supported and carried by something larger than myself. Abundance comes in ways I could never have planned or forced. This is the fundamental difference between trying to manipulate external reality to get what you think you want, and aligning your inner being so that you naturally attract what you truly need. The first is exhausting and ultimately unsustainable. The second is energizing and amplifies over time. Applying these methods in your daily life. To integrate these powerful Jungian methods into your everyday life, I suggest starting with a 30-day commitment. During this period, 1. Dedicate 15 minutes each morning to active imagination or reflection on your dreams, connecting with yourself and allowing it to guide you throughout the day. 2. Carry a small notebook with you at all times to note synchronicities, insights about your shadow, or messages that seem to come from a deeper place. 3. Each night before sleeping, reflect on a moment in the day when you acted from your conditioning rather than from your authenticity. Not to judge yourself, but to develop awareness. 4. Once a week, perform a personal release ritual where you symbolically let go of a shadow aspect you've identified. It can be as simple as writing it on paper and burning it, or something more elaborate that resonates with you. 5. Regularly seek moments of quiet and silence. Jung emphasized the importance of what he called the transcendent function, that capacity of the psyche to unify opposites and integrate the conscious with the unconscious. This function operates best in moments of internal tranquility. Remember that this isn't a linear process. You'll have significant advances followed by apparent setbacks. Moments of crystal clarity alternated with periods of confusion. This is normal and, in fact, a sign that the process is working. Jung described individuation as a spiral, not a straight line. It's also important to surround yourself with people who support this journey. Deep transformation often disturbs existing dynamics in your relationships, and not everyone will be comfortable with the new you that's emerging. Seek communities, whether physical or virtual, where you can share your experiences with people on similar paths. Signs. Your energy is being cleansed. As you continue this work, you'll notice clear signs that your energy is being cleansed and abundance is beginning to flow more freely. You'll feel more present and rooted in your body, less lost in ruminating about the past or worrying about the future. Your emotional reactions will be less intense and automatic, with more space between the stimulus and your response. Meaningful coincidences will become more frequent and evident, confirming that you're in tune with something larger than yourself. Decisions, even difficult ones, become clearer as your internal compass strengthens. You'll feel naturally drawn to people, places, and activities that nourish your true being, while what doesn't resonate with you will gradually fade from your life. You'll experience a sense of lightness and freedom, as if you've put down a heavy burden you didn't know you were carrying. Abundance will begin to manifest not just as material prosperity, but as richness in all dimensions of your life: creativity, relationships, health, time, freedom. The gift of being yourself. Jung spent his entire life exploring the immense wealth of the human psyche, but perhaps his most important message can be summed up in a simple truth. The greatest contribution you can make to the world is to fully become who you truly are. When you cleanse your energy through these methods and allow your authentic self to flow, you don't just benefit yourself. As Jung wrote, the individual unconscious contains, in principle, all that human evolution has brought forth. By making your own unique potential conscious, you enrich all of humanity. Imagine a world where each person is living from their true essence, contributing their unique gifts, free from the energetic blockages and distortions that create scarcity, conflict, and suffering. This is the world we begin to create when we commit to our own process of energetic cleansing and personal transformation. Real abundance isn't a matter of manifestation techniques or success strategies. It's the natural result of living in alignment with your deepest self and with the creative currents of the universe. As Jung said, your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes. I invite you to awaken to the unlimited abundance that already exists within you, waiting to be released through the brave work of self-knowledge and transformation. A personal call to action. Now I want to speak directly to you. If anything I've shared today has resonated with you, if you've felt a spark of recognition or a feeling of, yes, this is what I've been looking for, I encourage you not to let this moment pass without taking action. Knowledge without application is like a seed that's never planted. It has potential, but remains dormant. Begin today with a small step. Perhaps it's starting a dream journal, scheduling time for daily reflection, or simply asking the powerful question, what aspect of my life is no longer aligned with who I truly am? And if you feel you need support on this journey, remember you're not alone. This community is here to accompany you. Share your experiences in the comments, ask questions, connect with others who are on similar paths. If this message has helped you, I also ask that you share it. In a world flooded with superficial solutions and empty promises, these profound teachings from Jung offer a genuine path to transformation and authentic abundance. By sharing this video, you might be offering exactly what someone in your life needs to hear right now. I also invite you to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to receive more content like this. We're building a community of people committed to conscious growth and authentic transformation, and your presence enriches this space. Remember, the work you do on yourself is the most valuable gift you can offer the world. As Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Accept that privilege, reclaim your authenticity, and watch as true abundance begins to flow into every aspect of your existence. Thank you for being here, for your openness, and for your brave willingness to look deeper. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue exploring the treasures of wisdom that help us live more conscious, authentic, and fulfilling lives. Until then.